Guitar Collector Guy presents Made in Japan Stratocaster, the ST57. If you like this video, click like, subscribe, and notify. At the time in the early 90s when I owned a white Japanese-made Stratocaster, I did not know the model name. It was an ST57. I was kind of ashamed of it because it was a copy of the American-made Stratocaster. But like all of us when we were young, I did not have the money to buy an American-made Stratocaster. Knowing what I now know, I was also ignorant of the significance and quality of the instrument that I own. I did not have the ability to compare the guitar to its American-made counterpart. I just assumed that it was of a lower quality. If I had, I would have realized that one, it had American-made pickups, and the overall quality of the guitar was on par with the American Fender. Some would argue at the time it may have been better in the post-CBS Fender days. The significance of the guitar was that it was the guitar I first played a paying gig with, a band that I was in at the time. I should have kept it. Now looking back, it is a historical artifact in my history that I would like to own today. I know we all have that guitar that we cringe every time we think about that we actually sold it. I set about looking for a copy of that guitar, and finally a person I've bought many guitars over the years from turned up with what I was looking for. It is a white ST57 made in Japan Stratocaster. The 57 means it's a copy of a 1957 Stratocaster. Person that had owned it had put a tortoiseshell pickguard on it and swapped out the pickups with Seymour Duncans. The cool thing is he had also left everything else the same and included the original pickups. I ordered an 8-hole pickguard and trim cover in the correct color. It was not until after I filmed this short video and did research that I found it originally had a single ply pickguard, which would make sense for a copy of a 1957 Strat, and the pickguard I installed is a 3-ply. I am okay with this infraction and will leave it alone. I installed the original pickups and put the Seymour Duncans aside for a later project. I wanted the full experience of how this guitar is supposed to sound. Fujigen, which means Fuji stringed musical instruments, makes a lot of stuff, including guitars. Today they make dashboards for Toyota, guitars for Ibanez and G&L, as well as its own brand of high-end guitars, FGN. Over the years, they've made guitars for Fender, Hartfield, G&L, Music Man, Gibson, Yamaha, Dean, and Tesco. I am confident that they've made guitars for a lot more than this list that I'm giving you today. Anything Fujigen has made over the years is associated with quality. They stopped making Fender guitars in the mid-1990s. The ST57 has an older body. As I said before, the pickups are vintage USA made. The bridge is a die-cast block, and it's also the 6 vintage bridge style. The colors it came in were two-tone sunburst, vintage white, black, fiesta red, and candy apple red. The neck is maple. The fretboard is maple with 21 frets and a 7 1/4 radius. The headstock is a small pre-CBS style with gold spaghetti logo. The tuners are vintage style with the slotted heads, which this guitar was made at the Fujigen factory in Japan and was made in 1989. What I now know after inspecting this guitar, everything in this guitar is made at a quality level that matches anything I have owned from Fender made in America. She has seen some years and it shows. She has a little cracking in the finish and it is yellowed with age. There are some worn spots on the back of the neck and on the fretboard. I will keep this guitar and I will treasure it. I hope whoever owns my original guitar treats her with respect and honors her in the same way that I do with this guitar. Thank you for watching Guitar Collector Guy. Really appreciate you being here. Hope you come back and watch more. If you like this video, click like, subscribe, and notify.